Picture yourself standing at Dubai International Airport. It's after midnight. In order to stand in this terminal, thousands of regular people with jobs, families, and early morning alarms, have left everything behind. Not for a 19-year-old girl from the Philippines, not for a president, not for a monarch, not for a multinational celebrity with decades of fame. And the whole airport does more than merely applaud when she eventually enters through those doors. It bursts rather than merely applauding. Like lightning, cameras flash. Like a tsunami, voices rise. Suddenly, strangers who have never met are crying, hugging, and yelling the same name into the air. Alexandra Eala is her name. And during the coming weeks in America, you will see more than simply a tennis competition. This is an accountability. It's an invasion by Filipinos. And nobody is completely ready for what is about to happen, not even the top players in California who are waiting for her, not even the analysts or bookmakers. Let's return to the source of this fire. The WTA 1000 in Dubai, one of the top women's tennis competitions. A stage designed for the world's top 30 players. A court where veterans go to protect their throne and fresh players go to learn their place. When Alexandra Eala entered that wilderness, she refused to let music know where she was. She wouldn't keep quiet. She didn't want to be small. She attacked with that lethal left-handed game round after round, and coaches all around the world are now studying it on their laptops at 2 in the morning, trying to figure out how to stop it. Her serve is explosive and erratic. Her ground strokes were deep, heavy, and unrelenting. Her court vision, tact, patience, and maturity much above her years. She advanced to the WTA 1000 quarterfinals. Give that sentence some breathing room. The quarterfinals as a 19-year-old Southeast Asian woman from the Philippines on a court where Southeast Asian women hardly ever compete. In the quarterfinals, she faced Coco Gauff, the world number 2, the current US Open champion, and one of the most accomplished young players in the sport's history. Music, she did indeed lose. Every Filipino home that remained up all night to observe felt the loss. However, since Ella did not crumble, painful does not equate to disgraceful. She refused to give up. She was able to make every point of golf function. Music, she caused the audience to hold their breath. She forced the tennis community to sit up and take notice. Something had changed by the end of that game. Her status as a wild-card headline had diminished. She was no longer a romantic tale. On the WTA Tour, she posed a real, dangerous, and verified music threat. The airport then appeared. Alexandra Eala arrived at Dubai International Airport for her flight to the United States after that exhausting quarterfinal match. Exhausted, emotionally spent, and bearing the love and expectations of an entire country on her young shoulders. Additionally, many of admirers had already gathered to greet her. They went because their emotions urged them to, not because someone planned it, not because there was a planned appearance or commercial event, just because music required them to spend a brief minute in her company. Simply because true love doesn't wait for an invitation to be expressed. She paused for each and every admirer individually. Yes to all requests for selfies, music, and autographs. Each tearful admirer who took hold of her hand and expressed their pride in her. She thanked them as if they had done her a favor while looking them in the eyes. Music Alexandra Eala is this person. Not merely a tennis player or an athlete, but a person of tremendous elegance who knows that greatness without humility is just noise. She is now ranked 32nd in the world. In Dubai alone, she has received more than $98,000 in prize money. By virtue of her own ranking, she has directly qualified for important WTA events. No favors, shortcuts, wild cards, or music, just skill, self-control, and an unwavering faith in herself. She is currently flying to California. Music, she will now travel to Indian Wells, the Miami Open, and the Sunshine Double. Outside of the Grand Slams, these are two of the most prominent tennis competitions. The 5th Grand Slam is what Indian Wells is known as. The vast stadium, the world-class field, the history, and the desert backdrop. This isn't a warm-up. Miami, and this is a test. Alexandra Eala has already published a story about Miami. She knocked off the top 10 players in Miami last year while posing as an unknown relative, as if she had been doing it all her life. She overcame Ablaze, the dominant power in women's tennis at the time and the current world number one. She overcame Madison Keys. Fans and commentators were stunned by her Cinderella run. But this time, things are different. She was the underdog the previous year. She was the surprise last year. Players believed they had an easy match when they saw her name in the draw last year. That's it. They are aware now. They have now examined her strategy. They are now ready. Here's what makes Alexandra Eala so lovely. She is also ready. She's changed. She will provide Indian Wells in Miami with tactical intelligence that is more astute than anything she has ever displayed. After Dubai, she didn't take a music vacation. It was a recalibration. Before the storm, there was silence. It's a straightforward question that everyone is asking at the moment. Can she do the Cinderella run again? Is she able to delve deep once more? Can she surprise everyone on American soil once more? Music. However, since Cinderella is a tale about luck, that is the incorrect question. Cinderella is not Alexandra Eala. She's not fortunate. She is well-built. She has received training. She doesn't give up. This is the appropriate question. To what extent is she prepared to go? And from what we've seen so far, the answer is horrifying for everyone. The whole Philippines is ready for her song. Matches that begin in the middle of the night will cause millions of fans to set their alarms. To claim to have witnessed history in real time, parents will wake their kids. Filipinos employed abroad in the Middle East, Europe, and America would congregate around laptops and phones to watch every game. Since this is more than just sports, identity is this. Matches that begin in the middle of the night will cause millions of fans to set their alarms. To claim to have witnessed history in real time, parents will wake their kids. Filipinos employed abroad in the Middle East, Europe, and America would congregate around laptops and phones to watch every game. Since this is more than just sports, identity is this. Music, this is evidence. Standing on the world's largest platform, this Filipino is declaring, "We belong here." Music, we have always belonged here. You should be aware of this as Alexandra Eala's plane crosses the Pacific and descends toward California. Music, as the wheels touch American land, as she picks up a racket and enters that Indian Wells practice court for the first time. The American reckoning process has commenced. The tennis world will never be the same after the formal invasion.